Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and thanks so much for clicking on today's video. My name's Olivia. So as you can tell, today I want to talk about skin. And that's why I am looking very barefaced. I have got no makeup on. Of course I have done my eyebrows, please, that's not makeup. I have done my eyebrows, but my skin itself, as you can see, it's like glowing, has absolutely no product on it. So if you've been watching this channel, then you'll know I have talked about this several times, that my skin went through a horrendous period a few years ago and I decided to start taking my skincare seriously and to really get on it and try and basically improve the quality of my skin. As a starting point and as a background point, my skin is oily and acne prone. I have always struggled with oily skin since I can remember, from like puberty age. And oily for me is T-zone, but it also expands across my cheeks. So I like to call it like almost my eye zone, like a capital I, because it's across here, down here and across here, and then sometimes also on my chin. And I am acne prone, not just at that time of the month, but just kind of like generally, particularly across my cheeks. But once in a while I'll get, you know, some kind of spot elsewhere, which is probably a little bit more hormonal. But I always have had acne. It's never been extreme acne, you know, it's on a scale. I'm not, you know, at the very extreme end in terms of my acne, but if it does decide to flare up, it will go for it. And that's what it did a couple of years ago. I managed to get it back, and then when I got pregnant it kind of shot all the way back again. So I've had cycles of trying to like struggle to get my skin back to where I would prefer it to be. So I wanted to share some of my tips, just 5 tips on how you can improve your skin and help it to balance and get more healthy, and the thing that I think that we're all looking for, clearer skin. Let's get into it. So tip number 1 is consistency. I know this is so annoying, everybody says this, but I cannot stress enough how important it is to develop a routine and stick to it. Really commit to sticking to it, washing and cleansing your face twice a day and doing the appropriate skincare routine both in the morning and in the evening, no matter what time you get up, no matter what time you go to bed, just really sticking to it. I can always tell when I haven't been consistent with my skincare routine because my skin will show me pretty fast. So that's honestly just the tip number 1. Whatever routine that you manage to develop for yourself, stick to it, and I promise you, you will see results. It's not going to be something that happens overnight, so it's not like, you know, hey, I did this for 2 days, how come my skin's not looking fantastic? But over like 4 to 6 weeks of consistency, you will start to see progress over time. And if you look at your face at the beginning and right at the end of that cycle, I guarantee you, you will love yourself for it. Tip number 2, and this one is really important for any of you who have combination or particularly oily skin. Squeaky clean is an absolute no-no. And what I mean by that is whatever cleanser you're using, if you wash your face and you come out of the shower or you leave the sink and your face is feeling really like super clean, that you can almost, you know, polish it and hear that noise coming from it, if it's feeling a little bit tight, stop it. One of the things I think the beauty industry has done really well, and the big companies have done really well, is by marketing acne products, oil-free products, to oily skin people. We all fell for it. We all used really harsh ingredients on our skin, trying to scrub the oil away, but actually you need oils in your routine, and your skin needs its sebum to be able to protect your skin. If you strip that all away, actually what happens is your skin goes into overproduction of oil and then you end up oilier. So it's counterintuitive. Don't use a cleanser that overstrips your skin. Ones that I would recommend that are gentle and are easily available on the Kenyan market is 1, the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Cleanser. It has hyaluronic acid in it. It's very moisturizing, not stripping, gentle enough to use every day. 2, the Garnier Micellar Gel Cleanser. Brilliant, love that stuff. 3, the CeraVe Hydrating or Foaming Moisturizers. Both of them are suitable and won't strip your skin. The one I'm using at the moment is the CeraVe Foaming Cleanser. It's more geared towards a combination to oily skin, and the other one, the hydrating one, is more geared towards drier skin. But I love it because it's packed full of other goodies as well. So it's not just cleansing your skin, it has niacinamide in it, it has hyaluronic acid in it, it has ceramides in it, which are all wonderful for protecting your skin barrier, so that your skin can do its job of protecting you from germs and pollutants in the air. So don't use a cleanser that is stripping your skin. If you have something that you are feeling really squeaky clean, switch it out and you will see a difference. Tip number 3, also related to cleansing, the 60-second cleansing rule. By now, if you haven't heard about this, I don't know where you've been living under a rock. I will link the esthetician who's also a YouTuber. I'll link her page down below, who basically came up with and popularized the 60-second cleansing rule. It's basically a principle which means that you clean your face for 60 seconds, not with any tools. So throw away your face spinny brush that's aggravating your skin. Throw away other things that you're using. You just use your fingers, put on some cleanser with some water, and you rub your face for 60 seconds. This is a second cleanse, so if you've had makeup on, make sure you've taken that off, you've done your oil cleanse, and then now you go in with your proper cleanse for 60 seconds. This has been remarkable, and as soon as I heard about this months and months ago, I was telling everybody about this technique because I tried it for 3 days. Massive difference in the texture of my skin. So try this out. It's absolutely free because then you don't have to go and buy any new products, assuming you've got the right ones in your bathroom. Clean your face for 60 seconds with just your fingers. Leave me a comment down below if you haven't tried it before. Let me know how fantastic it was, and if you have tried it before, let others know that they need to try this because it's incredible and I can't rave about it enough. Tip number 4, hydration. Okay, your skin needs moisture, you guys, particularly if you're oily. One of the reasons you could be oily is because your skin is dehydrated and it is trying to do something to recover, and so it's overproducing oil. By hydration, I don't mean water, but of course, drink your water, 2 liters minimum a day. That will help with your organ functions, and it will help generally with how your body works. But here I'm talking about surface hydration, and for this, the wonder product that we all love, and I'm sure you've heard everybody talking about this, is hyaluronic acid. I've talked about it here on my channel. Absolutely love the stuff. Fantastic for all skin types. Isn't aggravating, so it isn't like an active acid. It's really just about adding hydration. The Ordinary has one, Inky List has one, most brands will have one, and you'll find it mixed into different formulations. I like to use one that is dedicated though, not mixed in with anything else, just because that I found that the extra hydration has really helped balance my skin. So get yourself a hyaluronic acid. Again, there's a lot of stores that are selling this in Nairobi, including my own. I'll make sure to leave the store details down below. What I found by adding this to my routine is it's actually helped balance my skin. So because it's getting enough moisture, my skin isn't producing so much oil. So I would actually say, whereas my skin was super oily a couple of years ago, it's now actually more combination. I'm not on that crazy spectrum of like looking like a grease ball by 11 o'clock. My skin stays balanced, it stays looking healthy, and it has enough moisture in it so it can go about its happy life, not producing too much oil. Tip number 5 is about using actives. Products that are called actives are typically acids, typically retinols, typically niacinamide, anything like that which is targeting a specific issue within your skin. But my advice really is to understand a little bit more about these products and not to overload your skin. I think particularly with the Ordinary line, it was fantastic in being able to offer a really broad category of products that were kind of standalone, so that somebody could go in and kind of customize exactly what it is that they wanted to target in their skin, buy the appropriate product and add it to their routine. What that has meant though is that a lot of people are putting together a lot of products all in one routine, all being used at the same time, which means that your skin gets too irritated. I personally use a whole range of different active products. I use glycolic acid, I use retinols, I use niacinamide, I use salicylic acid. I use quite a few, but I use them in a responsible manner, which means that start slow, number one. If you're brand new to using actives in your routine, make sure you understand what the different products target. Make sure you start maybe with just one of those products and introduce it slowly, once, twice a week, and build your way up. Don't just dive in and start using this, every single morning, every single night, and you're wondering why your skin isn't responding well, and maybe you're getting an even worse breakout than what you were trying to solve. Start slow and be consistent so that you can see whether your skin does actually react to it if you're using it responsibly, and if it's actually working for you. Also, this thing of buying like 20 products and trying to slap them all at once, you don't know what has worked, you don't know what hasn't worked. And then also considering products that don't really sit well together. For example, niacinamide. There's been some research around the use of niacinamide and vitamin C being combined together in a routine and actually being counterproductive. Some people think that they can be used together, some people think that they can't. I personally wouldn't use them in the same routine. I'm not an esthetician, I'm not a dermatologist, so please don't take my word for it, but that's just my personal preference. And for example, if I'm going to be using a glycolic acid toner, then I wouldn't use a retinol toner in that day, or possibly even the next day. I'll probably use my glycolic acid here, give my skin a little bit of a break, so hydrate it, use a hydrating toner that doesn't have any actives in it. The day after that, I go back then maybe to a retinol. I'll use my retinol in my routine. Again, the day after that, allow my skin to breathe, let it relax. Then maybe I'll use some other kind of active. Something that I do use every day is vitamin C, and something that I do use every day is niacinamide, but I alternate them. And I just kind of take the lead also from my skin. If my skin is feeling tight, if it's feeling sensitive to the touch, I drop everything. I drop all my actives and I just stick to something nice and hydrating, and I wouldn't do anything else. So my routine would be something really simple, like cleanse my face, tone it with a hydrating toner, then I would go in with my hyaluronic acid, and then my oil. That's it. Like, really simple, take everything out. Allow it to relax, allow it to hydrate, allow it to nourish itself, allow my skin barrier to repair, and then once I feel like it's okay, I move it on. So that would be my advice. Don't go too hard, just take it easy. I said I was doing 5 pointers, but actually this is 6, but this one, honestly, if you haven't got it by now, I don't know, I've not been doing my job on Instagram, on YouTube, on anything. Please, please, please use a sunscreen. I can't stress that enough, and there's so many people that I talk to that don't use sunscreens, and it freaks me out. Use a sunscreen. It honestly doesn't matter which sunscreen you're using, just make sure that it's a broad spectrum sunscreen and then it's at least SPF 30. If you've hit those two on the mark, go for it. Use it. I have my personal preferences on sunscreens that I like to use, but it really doesn't matter which brand, but for me those are the major things. Make sure it's got broad spectrum coverage, UVA, UVB protection, and it's SPF 30 or above. Make sure you really slather it on in the morning. I'm not so good, particularly because I wear makeup most days, on reapplying sunscreen, so I will just wear it that once, but it helps at least to try and protect your skin from the sun. The sun is harmful. Listen, black don't crack, but black will crack, okay? You are gonna jack your skin up, particularly if you have dark marks. So I usually have, when I have a breakout, I'll have dark marks along my cheeks. These will get worse if I'm not wearing sunscreen, because the sunscreen will stop the sun, making them darker. So if you're not wearing sunscreen and you have dark marks and you're wondering why you're using all these different products and why it's not working for you, it's because you haven't used your sunscreen. So I can't stress that enough. Please go out, buy a sunscreen, use it religiously, whether you're in the house, whether you're outdoors, whether it's raining, whether it's sunny, cloudy, whatever, use your sunscreen and your skin will love you for it. Alright, so that brings me to the end of the video. I hope that that was useful in terms of tips for keeping your skin looking good. And so let me know down below if you have any extra tips that people should incorporate. I just wanted to keep it to the key ones, but I know that there are a lot more. Let me know as well if you would like me to do an actual skincare routine video. I try a lot of products though, and I have a lot of products that I use. So I didn't want it to be overwhelming, but if you do want to see that kind of video, then do let me know down in the comments and give the video a thumbs up, and I will make sure to film it pretty soon. Otherwise, have an amazing Friday. If you're watching this on Friday, have an amazing weekend, have an amazing week whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you in my next one.